Ugh. God dang it. Hey everyone. All right, just had to get situated here for a little bit, let a couple people on here. Well, I thought my YouTube channel was going to work for this and it's not, so I will upload it when I'm done. Bear with me. This is my first time doing a live on something like these, so I'm going to do my absolute best. Everyone. I tried to prepare. All right, just had to get situated here for a little bit. Oh man, I'm going to have to mute that because I'm hearing myself in the background, which is very weird. Okay. So I'm Kelli Higgins. I am a Healy associate, affiliate, whatever you'd like to refer to it as. And I absolutely love my Healy. And I think it's a very important device, piece of equipment, whatever you would like to refer to it as, for daily health and different things that you can do to try and correct some of the things that are in your body and what's going on. So I have a couple things I'm going to try and do here. I'm going to try and keep the chat up, but just understand what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through a bunch of information about the Healy, how it works, and then I will get into the chats and I will try and answer all of your questions. I can't thank you enough for all of you being here. 20 people watching me doing this is, to me, honestly, is huge. So thank you everyone for being here. And it looks like I have people from all over the United States and even some in the UK. So the Healy is available almost worldwide. They have done an amazing job of trying to get this out available to the entire world. And this technology, as many of you know, this is frequency, energy, vibration technology in a way to utilize it in your personal home space. That's what the Healy was created for. So Healy was actually created by a company called Time Waver. Now, Time Waver has devices that are extremely expensive, $20,000, $30,000 to $50,000, and these are for medical practitioners doing holistic naturopathic health in a medical facility. But what they wanted to do is they wanted to make it affordable for everyone to be able to use them in your home. They are very small, transportable. You can use them on the go. It's not something that you are like chained to your home and can't leave and can't do things. You know, some other devices in the past have been very large, if you've ever had it, which a lot of people have, where they would go into the medical practitioner and they would hook you up to these devices, but they're very large and obviously not transportable. There are some other devices out there. My personal opinion is that this unit is more diverse than those. It's just my personal opinion. There is a lot of books on this. Oh, I was going to bring the book. I forgot the book. I have a book on this as well. It's called The Resonance Effect. I will put a picture of it in the comments actually after I'm done here, and I will try and add that to it. So, okay, how are we doing? I'm losing my mind. All right, so I want to just start with a couple things about Healy as far as some basic things. One is that it is an FDA compliant device. So I want to make sure that you see that one first. And of course, you guys know I'm using my lovely programming that sometimes works for me and sometimes doesn't. So the FDA cleared this device for over-the-counter sales for... It is designed to be used for temporary relief of pain associated with sore and aching muscles in the shoulders, waist, back, arms, legs due to strain from exercise or normal household work activities, and for symptomatic relief and management of chronic intractable pain and relief of pain associated with arthritis. Now, the reason that I bring that up is because, yes, it is an FDA compliant device for pain, but it has so many more applications than that. And I will be going through the program descriptions that run through everything. I may not point at every single one of them, but it is specific for pain. So that is what it was intended for, but they've obviously diversified because, you know, frequencies have so many different applications on what you can do here. So this is the Healy. Now, mine is flashing right now. I don't know if you can see the little blue flashing button right there. Whoops, right over here. Everything's backwards on here. That's because I have it connected to the app, which is on my phone. And I'm going to try and go through these pages for you as well. That's part of the descriptions. But essentially what you do is you charge your Healy. It has a very short little cord that comes with it. And trying to show you some things. So it charges right in here. And then on this side, this is where you plug in the cords. And the cords, because like I said, I tried, are, you know, cords. Has a little, my camera's up here, has a little hole there, has a 2mm adapter here. Yes, 2mm. It is very important that if you don't use the cords that are the wristbands that come with your Healy, which are these black ones, you can use these ones. I didn't like their original bands, so I found these ones from a company called, I believe it's Zappits. But you have to make sure that it's a 2mm cord, because of course I did the thing that everybody does. I went on Amazon and I bought the wrong millimeter one, and I bought like 4 pairs of those, and it was the wrong millimeter, and you couldn't get a good connection. And the connection is very important, so you have to make sure that it's a 2mm connection to it. Okay. So you turn your Healy on and you connect it to the Bluetooth automatically, and then you open your app and it gives you all these, and I'm going to have bad glare, but I'm going to try. Yep, that's horrible. Horrible. Look at that crap. All right, I'm just going to go into the program descriptions, and I'll bring that up for you guys so that we can run through all the different applications that this has. Let me get back in here and do this again. Okay, so Healys come in there are 4 different kinds of program options. I will go through that with you of what is available for the Healy. The basic Healy comes with these gold cycles that are on the left. And where's my mouse? The gold cycles include pure, care, balance, being, energy, relax, and release. It is highly suggested that for the first 2 weeks of having a Healy that you should just use the gold cycles. And the reason why is your body is not used to these different kinds of frequencies that are coming through it, and you need to make sure and get your body adjusted to it, because you can overdo it and you don't want to overdo it. So they suggest for the first 2 weeks, this is my suggestion. For the first week, 3 to 4 programs per day at most. And then you can work yourself up to a maximum of 6 programs per day. And then you can move into, once your body has like accustomed to everything, then you can move into all the other programs. So some of the other programs, so we have learning systems, learning acute, memory, concentration, if you have an exam or stress. There's fitness. So it can help with weight, muscle, circulation, performance, strength, stamina, regeneration, deep relaxation. There is beauty, inner beauty, hair, skin, aging, nails, skin elasticity. And then there is even more skin programs, which I used on my son, which a lot of you know he was burned. So that's honestly why I got this initially. And then job. Activation. A lot of people use this one a lot in the morning, and it really gets them going. I have a couple friends that do activation first thing in the morning, and their brain just goes all day long. Positive thoughts, balanced nerves, fatigue, exhaustion, extreme stress. In the sleep page, there is sleep, bed rest, balanced, and sleep. And then, whoops, too far. Bioenergetic balances. So there's the immune system, chilling, hypersensitivity, eyes, hormones, intestine, nerves, flexibility, circulatory system, potency, menopause, menstruation. Used that one, loved it. Gastrointestinal, bacteria, tonsils, liver, food sensitivities, toxins, head, prostate, lungs, thyroid, joints and bones, and sciatica. And then in the meridians, there's allergies, connective tissue, bladder, large intestine, small intestine, fatty degeneration, gallbladder, joints, skin, and heart. Under meridians 2, hormonal balance, circulation, liver, lungs. I've used the lungs quite a few times. Lymphatic system, stomach, spleen and pancreas, nerve meridian, kidney, and organ meridian. And then protective programs, there's general protection, electrosensitivity, cellular protection, mental, sleeping, geopathy, subtle, and the planets. Protection programs that kind of protect us from outside energies, The chakras, I love this one. It is so my favorite. I don't know why, but it just is. So you have, of course, crown, third eye, throat, heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root chakra. My personal thing, I usually either run from the top down or the bottom up. Sometimes I switch it up and do them both. Mental balance, inner strength, emotional well-being, feel-good systems, contentment, inner unity, well-being, soul, mental balance. Now, there is also the great thing about this with these different kinds of programs is not only do they continue to add like new ones, like there's a coherence one, which is not on this page, but there's a new coherence program, but they are constantly coming up with new specific programs for specific things. Another thing that you can do, though, is that there is the ability, because there are time waiver representatives that are closely affiliated with Healy and are a part of a lot of our different Facebook groups, is you can have one of the time waiver practitioners actually, you can tell them about a specific issue that you have, and they will actually create a program for you and send it to you, and then you will have it permanently. Yes, it does cost something between them. That's between you and them, but that is an option as well. So you can have, because there's an extra little piece at the bottom down here, it says therapist tan, and those are the different programs that they can send directly to your Healy with this. Okay. Man, I could just talk and talk and talk, and I'm going to go through some more things. Something I want to let you guys know is something I do is I create these books for the Healy. These are compliance approved. I had to go through their legal department to get this book approved to be able to utilize it for distribution. All of the manuals and everything are available in back office, or I have them all. It doesn't matter. If you needed something, believe me, I've got it. But I wanted to create something that was kind of like a user manual that had everything, and literally everything in here. So it has like everything, price list, programs, different kinds of manuals. There is literally step by step with pictures information about each of these. So you can come into the manual and it will, let's see, so like the job one, under activation of the bioenergetic field. There is descriptions of every single one of the programs in here. Some of them obviously are bigger than others. There's a manual for their Analyze app, which comes with the resonance, which I will talk about in a moment. There's a Healy Advisor app. There's a watch. And I also put all the policies, procedures, and everything else in that. Something I'm going to do, because I'm just going to tell you I love my people, so this is what I do. Anybody that gets a that does get a Healy from me gets a book. I think it's important that you have a book for reference. It's just so important. So I make sure and provide anybody that gets a Healy through me one of those books. But I do also sell them. So, okay. Oh, well, group's growing. I will be providing the link on the Health by Frequency page. If you click the Shop Now button, it does take you to the website to make the purchase. Just letting you guys know that, Lori. Okay, so a couple important things before I get into like more details. When you buy the Healy, okay, you are purchasing all of the programs and everything along with the device. So if you broke it, you don't have to rebuy the whole thing, okay? Because that happens. These do come with a warranty. I'm going to show you that stuff in a minute as well. But if you break this, all you do is replace this little thing. Now, I have two, of course. I do kind of like a try before you buy for, you know, local friends and family that I'm close to and I know won't, number one, lose it or break it. So I do so that they can try it first. But if you broke yours, dumped it in the toilet and you couldn't make it work with rice or something to get all the water out, you just replace this, and I believe they're $300 just to replace this. But you get to keep the programs for life. And that is the big deal right now with Healy, is when I got started a year ago in the Healy, when they first came to the United States, they have it where you buy all of the programs and you keep them for life. But they decided that they are changing things starting July 1st. And this is why I felt it was important to bring this to everybody's attention now, because after July 1st, it's going to be a monthly subscription to have those pages. So anybody that makes a purchase after July 1st has to pay a monthly subscription, which the prices will be totally different than what things are now, in order to have those program pages available. But if you make your purchase before then, you are grandfathered in to the original process. In the future, you do not have to pay the subscriptions unless you decide to add something that they come up new with. Okay, so that's just something, that's why I decided that I needed to come out and tell everybody now, because it's kind of like this is our last shot to get access to this and have the full kind of access to it that it's designed for, I guess is the only way to put that. Okay, so some other things I wanted to run through since I showed that. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that. And let's go in here. So let's get into some information about the Healy in general and kind of what it is. Okay, so the cell researchers, Dr. Robert Becker and Dr. Bjorn Nordenstrom, I'm just going to try and skip some of this, have discovered that many chronic and acute diseases can develop when the cell membrane tension drops. According to their model, humans are only as healthy as the health of their cells and their ability to communicate with each other. Cell health can therefore be determined by one simple parameter, the electrical cell membrane voltage. According to the cell membrane voltage model, a cell ideally has a voltage of negative 70 MV, and thus enough energy to live and communicate with other cells. In the course of diseases, this voltage is often reduced to negative 50, and at negative 40, pain and inflammation can start to occur. At negative 15, according to Becker and Nordenstrom, is the threshold below which the cell can mutate into a tumor cell. So I felt that this diagram was great and very user friendly. So this is where a normal, very healthy young cell, because we do regenerate our body all the time. You can't see my hand signals. But as time goes on, and with, depending upon our environment and our food and our water and our nutrition and just, everything that we're susceptible to, our cells start to die off, which is also where aging comes in, So I felt that was important to throw in there. There's some more. This is in part of the manual that everybody would have access to. Now, there are 144,000 frequencies. I mean, think about the chakras. I'll show you a picture of that in a little bit. So they use all 144,000. They have found where there are, of course, specific frequencies for just inflammation, specific frequencies for your lungs. Every piece and organ of us has a little bit different frequency, and finding what's going to be best for it. And I can, for a fact, tell you, when you go in and you do like the lungs program, you can tell a difference in how your lungs feel and operate after running it. Now, every individual is going to be a little different. Some people, like for the pain application for specific, some people, the pain relief may only be a few minutes, which I think is kind of rare. I guess that depends on how significant the pain is. Some it lasts hours, some it lasts days or weeks. Each individual is going to be different. And that's, the whole point on this is each of us as individuals is very different, and we have specific things that we need. So there was a couple other things in here. Not everything in this manual was important, but I needed to show you a couple of important things. Okay. Okay. Now, this treatment is not for everyone either. So a couple very important things that everybody, of course, knows. It's not for usually pregnant or breastfeeding women. Use at your own discretion. Run it by your doctor. It is not for use with someone that has epilepsy. Also, you do not want to place the electrodes directly on the eyes, covering the front of the mouth or on the neck or on the chest, upper back, or crossing through the heart. Now, that's because not only does it come with the wristbands, but it has sticky adenodes, and I will show those to you when I come back on screen. Also, if somebody has a metal rod like through their back, yes, they can use the Healy. It's highly suggested. Definitely use the wristbands as much as possible, but you can place the adenodes around it, but it has to be within a specific distance, and you cannot have it directly over any kind of metal in your body. Okay, let's just be specific about that. If you're taking medication at the time, recommend that you have your dose checked from the doctor at least once a month, especially if you are taking the following medications: blood thinners, anti-diabetics, blood pressure lowering medication, some hormones, especially thyroid or beta blockers. Now, it says that it is only suitable for adults. Of course, there is too little data, available on the treatment of minors. However, I have used this on my children and they are fine. That's again, individual discretion, but my child, he loves it. He comes over begging for it all the time. That's honestly why I also got a second one, because he was hounding me for mine all the time when I'm using it, and I wanted to make sure he had one too. Now, I have never run two Healys off of one device. Your Healy is specific and logged through your app. You can swap them. There's things that you can do along that nature. Like if you got a different device, yes, you can take the one off of your phone and switch it to like an iPad or something like that. Thinking, man, my brain is just fried. Oh, the adenodes. Look like this. You can get replacements, but they do last a while. Little sticky adenodes. So they have the right millimeter on there. You come with, 2 sets. You can get extras online. There's lots of different things that you can do with this now. They also suggest that you don't drive with it, but I have a lot. I do my grocery shopping. I run the programs and I go about and do my thing. Usually I'll put the wristbands on, have the cords run up because they do come with a clip on the back. They also have a lanyard. You can hang it around your neck. And there also is a new coil system that works so that you can still receive all of the frequencies and vibration without having to actually use the cords. I don't mind the cords. They don't bug me, so I have always done that. Now, one thing that is extremely important when you are using your Healy that a lot of people seem to forget. Number one, hydration, okay? When you're sending micro electrical current through your body, you want to make sure that it is processing through your body. Being hydrated is very important. I didn't realize how significantly dehydrated I actually was until I started using this. And the reason, I'll show you the reason why. I'm just going to go to the gold cycles and I'll pick one. It's not even hooked up to me, so this is why I can guaranteed show you this thing. This reads your body. The app does. So the app sends the program to the Healy, and the Healy, when it's attached to you, it is actually scanning your body and giving feedback. It's biofeedback, bioenergetic feedback. So when it is reading your body, when the line on here is black, it is going to, that's essentially telling you two things. Number one, you're probably dehydrated and you need to drink more water, especially while you're doing this. And two, you may have the intensity level not high enough yet. So here's what I mean by that. I hope this works. I got to get on the other screen. Too many things going on. Okay. Oh, can I change it over here? Is this better? Kind of, not really. Okay, that's about the best I can make it. Okay, so you see, okay, I'm going to shut this light off, see if that helps. No, crap. Well, I'm trying. It worked this way. Okay, so I have to angle it a little way. Okay, you see up there where that's black? That's not good. Black's not good. You want it to be white. Okay, so down here, God, I hate this. There's a plus and a minus. Okay, and it says 15%. 15%, that's the intensity level of what it's at right now. So you need to bump that up to wherever it starts to turn white. Okay, so once it's white and it stays white, back it down like 5%. The one thing that a lot of people seem to get a little bit confused on this is they think that they should feel the actual frequencies going through them, and that's not correct. You don't want to be feeling like you're having electrical jolts running through your body. Some people are sensitive and they're going to feel it anyways, and that's quite okay. But you don't want to turn the intensity level up to 100% every single time because you think that you're not getting the frequencies through your body because you can't feel it. I keep mine, now when I first started, I was probably around that 60% level before I could keep things white. I have never used it at 100%. Personal choice. But I started about 60% for the first couple weeks till my body got used to it, until I was hydrating myself better. And then now I don't ever have it go above 30. If I haven't used it in a couple weeks because I've, gotten distracted with other stuff, 35 maybe. But I always just get it up to that white, make sure it's staying white, and then I bump it back down 5%. Your body is taking it in, and this is also reading your body and finding exactly where your body needs those adjustments, because it's not just when you go in and pick like the pure cycle in the gold programs, it's not just running one frequency. It's running multiple different frequencies, and it is adjusting the percentage of how much you may need one frequency more than another. So when you're watching it on the app, it will tell you 70% good, and then it'll change a frequency and it'll be like 5% done. So it sits there and it goes back and forth running these different frequencies to get everything in line. So this thing is phenomenal, and it has a quantum processor. I'm sorry, but this thing is smarter than me. It just is. If it can read my body in these frequencies and give me feedback on, exactly what I need, and it's going to automatically give it to me. I don't even have to tell it what to do except for to pick the programs. So that's just kind of what I was trying to get across here. But making sure that you have a good current running through your wristbands is important. So these wristbands, the black ones, the new black ones, a lot of people really like these ones because they changed them up. You want to make sure that it either has like a gel or that they're wet, to make sure that you're also not burning your skin. Okay, you got to make sure that there's some wetness behind the frequency on the thing and it going on your skin. You don't want to burn your skin. So if you have hypersensitive skin, that's something you need to be aware of, and you just need to really make sure that your wristbands are wet. Now, what I have personally found that works for me, and I'm a creature of habit a lot of times, is I just got these cotton pads, cheap dollar store, it doesn't matter, it's just a cotton pad, and I will reuse them over and over and over and over again. The same pad. Get it wet, and for me, I fold this one in half, and then I put it underneath on my wrist once it's soaking wet, where that is going to go through. And it just sits there and it doesn't really move. It holds, the wristband holds it, so it just stays. And it just makes sure that I not once have ever had any kind of an issue or abrasion or hives or like anything like that. I've never had it happen. So as long as you're smart with it, you should be fine. If you do ever have some issues, it doesn't matter also whether it's on the bottom or the top. It doesn't matter. With the adenodes, you do not have to put something wet, obviously, because they have a gel stickiness thing on them. So when you place them, like if you have some shoulder tension or something and you want to run some pain programs for up in here, put one on each side and run it, and you don't have to put anything on, and I've never had any sores or anything like that come up either. But I just always talk about the things, to make sure that we're totally aware of. I have a cute little carrying case for mine. I found this honestly at I think it was Staples or something. It's not for this, but it has, these two little pouches and over here. And so I put all my cords and my Healy and my pads over here. That's why there's white stuff. And then I stick all my extra stuff, and then I just throw this in my purse and I take it on the road, take it wherever I'm going with me. You can use them on the plane, not an issue. Okay, so a couple things. Here comes some fun stuff. So, one, Healy does have a warranty. So they have a 14-day money-back guarantee, and they come with a 2-year warranty. Their customer service department has definitely stepped up their game. It wasn't so great in the beginning, but it's definitely a lot better now. So if something happens to the Healy, or if you break a clip, they'll send you a replacement clip. They do provide a 2-year warranty on it, which is fantastic. We're not finding anything bigger than a 1-year warranty, except for one other company that I deal with has a 5, so that's fantastic. There are a multitude of apps available. So when we talk about the different variations of Healy, there are a lot of different options available. So like I said, they have a Healy watch, which, is like a fitness watch. It goes through and checks the heart rate. I don't know if it checks blood pressure, or at least where, things are that way. It also runs frequencies through it. It has a lot of applications. It has its own app. You cannot get and use the watch unless you actually have a basic Healy to begin with, though. That is one thing. The Pink app, this is the app that comes with the Healy Gold, the Healy Holistic Health, and the Healy Holistic Health Plus. If you get the Resonance, you get the Blue app as well. And then there is a Healy Advisor DNA digital nutrition app that is an option as well. Now the digital nutrition app and the Healy Watch app, those are on a monthly subscription, already was. Those are additions that you can add to your Healy if you ever wish or want to, but you are not required to, of course. So let's talk about the Resonance for a moment. Now, the Resonance has a lot of additional applications. It has the ability to scan your body and tell you specific things that you need to do. You also can do like elderflower apps. It just has a lot more diversification. A lot of people are actually using it as a kind of like an individual practitioner thing. They will run sessions on people. They can charge for their sessions if they wish, or just do it however they want to do it. But the Resonance app is definitely a totally different ball game than the main Healy part, because it's much more advanced. It does have a completely different app that comes with it. I did do, you can run your aura, scan your aura, and it'll give you feedback on that. And then you can run it again after you've been running the pink app applications or other things, and read it again, and it will have changed. Mine was, when Dave and I did it a while ago, mine was just crazy off the charts, but I'd had my Healy for a couple months before we did that, and so I had obviously done a lot of work on my body and stuff to get it to that point, which changed, which was great. I will also bring up another page that I did not put on here, but I will find it. But let's talk about what's going on with the sale real quick. So the Healy Gold is usually the one that comes with all those gold programs I talked about. Every Healy comes with those. So like the Pure, the Energy. I'm just going to go back in here. That's fine. Go back. So it has the Pure, Care, Balance, Being, Energy, Relax, and Release, which still is all 144,000 different frequencies. But in order to get the other additional programs, you do have to go to the next level. So the Healy Holistic Health comes with the gold cycle and an additional gold 6 pages of other ones, and I will run through which ones those are in a moment. I forgot to put that on here, but I know where to find it. I have the Healy Holistic Health Plus, because I didn't feel at the particular time that I was going to utilize the resonance part. But now actually I wish I had done that. You can upgrade, and if you're going to upgrade, definitely do it during a sale time frame. So, but the Healy Holistic Health Plus is running $942 right now, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, almost $500 off. And then the Resonance is the big sale one. Obviously, the Resonance is on sale from a normal $2,357 to $1,413. So it is, obviously, if you're interested in a Resonance, this is the time to get that one, because you will have it permanently for forever at that price and save yourself over $900. So this is the big reason I wanted to make sure that everybody knew, because these sale prices at the end of June, they're gone. And they've done this before, but they're not going to do this again. I know for a fact they're not going to. Once they switch to the subscription option, these kind of sale prices that they're doing right now are not going to be an option. So let me see if I can find that. I know I've got it around here somewhere. It's just going to take me a second. I want to find the right one, because I've got it as a picture on my phone, but it's kind of a crappy picture, but I think I'll do it anyways. I'll send this to myself real quick, and then I'll pull it up. And I'm going to pull up the Facebook chat real quick. If you guys want to throw a question or something in there while I'm looking for this, I can get that answered. I'm going to go through the chat real quick and see if there is one, because I can talk and look at the same time. Yes, Jeff, it is like a TENS machine, but it's more advanced. Of course. Does the watch do the same as the Healy machine you are showing? Not everything the same, actually, Jeff. It does some different things because it's like a fitness watch. It tracks your steps. It tracks all that stuff. It kind of reads a little bit more, I personally think. Plus it actually runs frequencies through it, which none of the other like Fitbit watches or anything does. So this one actually runs some frequencies through it. But in order to get the watch, you have to have at least a basic Healy Gold in order to do that. Yes, it is usable on animals. Actually, a lot of people use it on your animals. You will actually find that your animals will come to you and sit within your vicinity or your area or on your lap while you're running these frequencies, because they can tell as well. There are a lot of people that are using them on horses, kittens, dogs. I don't know if anybody's ever done raccoons or anything like that, you know, but definitely like your regular pets, definitely they can feel it, they can tell. So, all right, let me find this picture. And I have a ton more data on here, you guys. This is just what I kind of like threw together on this particular one, trying to be as thorough as I can, but you know, there's so much to talk about on here, and there are Facebook groups as well. There's even a couple Telegram groups of Healy people, and we have doctors, holistic naturopath doctors that are involved in this that answer questions and help people, and it's just phenomenal. The help. You're definitely not on your own with this one, because this can be a fun one to play with, but it also sometimes can be just a little bit confusing. And so making sure, you know, knowing that there is a huge resource of people, not just doctors, but also individuals that will help is a great resource to have. Come on, save as. Bring this picture in. Okay. I'm going to make this big so that everybody can see this. So these are what come with them. Okay, so you have the gold program, which comes with the gold and deep cycles. They gave deep cycles to everybody, which was awesome. The holistic health comes with the gold, the pain, bioenergetic pages 1 and 2, mental balance, meridian pages 1 and 2, your job and sleep page, and your beauty and skin page. The Holistic Health Plus comes with all of them, just not the resonance. And then the resonance has, of course, all of them, plus the Analyze app for scanning your body. If you need me to share this page as a comment in here, I will try and do that as well. So I'm just going to let you guys look at that for a second. So again, right now you get the Holistic Health for $470. The Holistic Health Plus is $942, and the Resonance is $1413. Okay. I am going to try and get back into the Facebook chat, see what we've got for questions. Same as the Healy. The food we eat is no good either, Kelly. Yeah, food's important too. Can you heal the whole body in one function, or do you have to do part of the body at a time? Well, like it says in here, Jeff, you know, you've got a specific one for lungs. You've got a specific one for the intestines, a specific one for nerves. You know, there's all sorts of different programs. So you're going to go through what I personally suggest, again, is going through the gold cycles a little bit, getting your body used to it. And then you can go into specific areas that you want to work on. And just go from there. The chakra program, honestly, changed my world. I was able to my brain just opened up and there was this clarity, and everything just felt right. I felt like for the first time in my life I was actually in line and balanced. And I also do a lot of grounding with this, just you can run the frequencies and you can ground and it's going to go out, but there's also stuff that's coming in. A lot of people will do some grounding after or beforehand, totally your choice. I liked running the frequencies and doing the grounding because it just felt really good in general. Can you upgrade at any time? I don't know what's going to happen with the process after July 1st. They haven't given a massive amount of details on the upgrading option because it's going to be a subscription by page. So I actually will show you that. I will show you a price list of what it is right now in the United States, so you can kind of get an idea of what they're going to be charging. And this is going to be changing. So I have to go back over here. This is crazy. So there is upgrades. Okay, so look at this. Here's the pages, okay? Beauty page, $89 a month. Jobs, $78 a month. Bioenergetic balance, they're each $199. This is a .00 because this is from Germany, but these are in US dollars. Chakras, $81 a month. $116. I personally don't want to be paying a monthly amount for these options. I want to have it. I want to pay a one-time price. I want to always have it and not have to worry about that. And that's what we're in the situation of right now. So if any of those prices are looking as extremely expensive and unattainable at this particular point, if you have, a credit card, you can always make the small monthly payments on it until you can get it paid off, which, yes, there's going to be a little interest, but in the long run of things, you're still going to save more money than waiting to get one until after July 1st and being stuck with a subscription option. Is there shipping cost? Yes, they will ship to the UK, Jeff. I do not know what the shipping costs are. I do believe that they're actually shipped out of the UK and not out of the US. It depends on what country you're in on where they're shipping out of. This is obviously originated in Germany, so definitely in the European market a lot longer than it's been over here. How to compare 3 units other than price. Roberta, in regards to the applications that are available, that's the only way to compare the units other than the price, is what applications are available that are personally best for you or that you feel you would utilize. That picture I showed you, and I know you sent that comment before I put that up, but the picture I showed you that had the meridians and the bioenergetic, a Healy Holistic Health is a great product, and it's on sale for $470, normally $942 right now. That is a great product. You're getting 7 or 8 pages of programs, and there's a lot of great supportive programs in there. If you want to get all of the programs, you have to go with the Holistic Health Plus. So, when you're sitting there looking at that, and I'll bring it back up again. I'll just leave it up for a minute because I took it out, sorry. So you can look at this anytime now. Thank you. So if you need the pain, obviously, which is the thing it's designed for, bioenergetic 1 and 2, mental balance, meridians, job, sleep, beauty, and skin. This is the one that's $470. If you need the extra ones, learning, fitness, the chakras, the protection programs, you'd go with the Holistic Health Plus. So the Holistic Health Plus comes with everything except, again, the analyzing app for analyzing your body, and the resonance. Something I completely forgot to tell you guys is that you also can do remote sessions with the resonance. So if you have a friend, okay, and your friend is going through a situation, you actually can input your friend's information into it and send them energy frequencies, and they will be able to tell. that is something that you can do remotely as well. So you can do remote sessions without someone actually being like within your vicinity. This is set up on a quantum process over our energetic field, you guys. This is not just you have to be in my bubble and be attached to this for this to work. There are options for you to be able to utilize it remotely. Can I do a demonstration, Cynthia? I sure can. I can maybe do it one-on-one. I know I've done another video in here where I actually hooked the whole thing up and ran through some options. But if you wanted something a little deeper, we could talk about that. Does it keep a profile? Yes, Melanie. It does keep like a client list of the people, like if you get the resonance one, it does keep a client list where you can keep track of the different sessions and things that it's ran and different things along that. Yes, so you can see your progress and profile. Also, if you get a Healy now, if you lose the frequencies now versus later, would one get all the frequencies or would not? Is the frequency set up by one account on the app or is it set up by individual Healy? It is... How do I answer this? If you get a Healy now versus later, would one get all the frequencies or would one not? If you get it now, you're going to get the frequencies and you get to keep them and use them for life. It's like a one-stop shop. After July 1st, it's a monthly subscription. A monthly subscription in the long run is going to cost you more than a one-time purchase. That's a significant thing. So, and also if you got like the holistic health, the one that's $470 right now, and you wanted the chakras page, you can buy just the chakras page and you don't have to pay the monthly subscription. You'll get it for life. Okay. Sorry. So I did say something wrong. I said like $89 per month to buy the chakras page when I was going through the pricing descriptions. I'm sorry. I was wrong in that. It is a one-time thing to get that extra page. But again, after July 1st, it's going to be a monthly subscription. And I do not know their price points yet, but I have heard it's going to be a lot. So it's kind of like we've got access to something that is new and they are going to be changing some stuff, and it's like get in now while you can. And you do not have to be an affiliate for the company, by the way. You can just have it and use it. You do not have to be an affiliate. It is an option, but you do not have to. The Healy machine, one up from the gold, does it help with arthritis? Yes, Jeff, because it helps with inflammation and pain. Please share the page in the comments. Roberta, what page are you referring to? The Shop Now page is, I think, what you're referring to. I'll have to get out of this. Give me 2 seconds, and I'll put the link in here. What is the Analyze app again? Okay, so it is its own separate. It's its own. It has both. It has the Healy comes with the Pink Dot app, which has all the pages. The Resonance comes with the Analyze app as well, which is the Blue Dot one, and it is the one that can scan the body, send remote sessions, keeps a client list, scan your auras. You can pick up extra. It has a whole bunch of extra. Programs in there for things like elderflowers and man, I can't even remember all of them in there. It's been a little while, so I'm sorry. I'm going to have to think about that for a second, but it has tons and tons and tons of different things in there. And we can do some one-on-one conversations if anybody wants. I don't mind doing that. I don't mind doing like a Zoom call where we get a bunch of us on there and we kind of run through some questions and get some answers. And I do have some experts that I can also bring in that are friends of mine that would be more than happy to do a call with me. So they just weren't available this morning, which is why I'm just winging this one. Okay. Getting back into the thing. Sorry, when my program's running, it takes a minute because I'm using so much CPU. Anytime now, Tonto. Come on, live video. Come back up. Thank you. Okay. Roberta, I do believe that adding the resonance at a future time will be an option. I'm quite sure everything will be an option. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody knows right now what will be the cheapest option, because the cheapest option is ending on June 30th. And I'm all about saving money. Where was I? I'm going down the chat. Sorry. So you're saying if I buy one now, you will be grandfathered in and use it for the cost, and to use it all for the cost of the unit. Yeah, the units, by the way, usually they say last at least like 4 or 5 years. They can go longer. It depends, of course, on how well you take care of it, maintain it, its use, etc. But the units can last a long time. So if you get in now and say 4 or 5 years down the road, something happens and your unit breaks, or it just comes defunct, let's use that out there, you can purchase just a new device, and all of your programs are still set up on your app. Because it's based upon what you originally purchased. So if you purchased all of those pages, say you got the Holistic Health Plus, and you have all of the pages, and your machine goes bad, you get a new one, but all those pages are still yours. All you're replacing is the device. Okay? You don't have to replace all the pages ever. So right now there's not a subscription for the pages. The only subscription they have right now is for the Healy watch or for the digital nutrition app. So right now things are not set up as a subscription. That's only after July 1st that they're changing it to be that way. Interested in a Zoom. Okay. All right. Well, I'll set it up then with my peoples to get a Zoom call done, and I'll try and get it done quickly because we are on a time frame here, to where we can all jump on a Zoom. I think I'm only allowed to have 100 people on there, where we can talk about some things and get some questions taken care of. Man, I just can't think right now if there's anything else off the top of my head that I have missed. Does anybody else have another question you want to throw? Undershop, the sale prices are not there. Are they calculated? Yes, Cynthia. Oh, the other thing, you may need to also, you may need to call the bank and allow the transaction to authorize. Just throwing that out there. You know, that happens a lot of times with a higher purchase on something that's new with your cards. You know, that's not something to be shocked or scared about, but just something, you know, might come up. Just saying, every bank is a little different. Good question. All right, guys. Well, I've been on here for an hour, almost. And if nobody has any immediate questions. Okay, first of all, you guys, I did put the website down on the scrolling thing. I did also put my email, which I will put in the comments as well. If you want to run through some more things, ask some more questions, feel free to email me. Yes, it works for migraines, Melanie. If you're in the United States, it depends on which country you're in, Roberta. If you're in the United States, it's going to be U.S. dollars. If you're in Europe somewhere, it's going to run as euros. But in the United States, it runs as U.S. dollars. Thanks, you guys, for all coming on here. I really appreciate it. if you don't have anything else that I can come up with, just email me. Sincerely, you guys know I'm here. This is the Health by Frequency. This is my page specific for this. I keep all my stuff separated, and I didn't feel it was right to put this on the ORN channel. Personal choice, maybe one day, but just kind of winging this one today. I appreciate you guys being here. And again, Health by Frequency, Healy, amazing device. And I hope this answered some questions for you. And I'm here. Don't hesitate with questions, please. That's one thing. Like, no question is a dumb question ever. They are all smart questions. The fact you have a question is a smart thing. So don't ever think that a dumb question can come across, because if you need an answer and you don't know it and you can't find it, ask. That's the smartest thing you can do, rather than assuming. Don't assume. Okay? All right, you guys. I'm going to let you go, and thanks for joining me Saturday about Healy. Appreciate it. Love you guys. Have a great day.